If a woman makes you come easily, she can suck life force out of you all the time. She can control you with her sexuality, with her body, with her posing. That's what's happening to us men all the time. We are just slaves. We are slaves to our own lust and desire that women awaken inside of us through Instagram, through porn, through all of those media. The question is, are we really man in those moments? Do we feel powerful in our masculinity when a woman can control us, when we cannot detach from them? Because if our desires are the masters of us, we are all the time scared around women. Because we know subconsciously that they can suck life force literally out of us. Because our sexual energy is our life force. It is our most potent and creative energy that we possess as a man. And if she just needs to move a bit with her hips and tits, and we are all over her, what does that say about us as men? How easily are we controlled in other areas of our life? If we want to be free from women, and if we want to meet them with sovereignty and strength, we must master our desire. We cannot let women control us sexually. We can learn to give up porn. We can learn to give up jerking off all the time. We can do that. And by doing so, we can meet a woman without objectifying her, without making her the object of our desires. Then she can no longer control us. And when she cannot control us, we can meet her as a human being. But it also starts with women. Don't get me wrong, it's not just us men. If you as a woman think that your femininity is just your body, your pussy, your tits, if you think that's all that is needed, if you think all you have to bring to the table is just your body, then what does that say about you as a woman? I mean, yeah, with the majority of men, that's enough. But men who do conscious work, who reflect on themselves, they crave deep intimacy. They crave a depth and a connection that goes beyond your body. They want your tears, they want your dreams, they want your pain, they want your love, they want your joy. They want to see all of your being. Men want to protect, they want to lead. You see, they want to deeply love. But you need to awaken that desire in him as well, as a woman. You as a woman have the responsibility to awaken the king in us. But to awaken the king in us, you need to be the queen. And for us to become the king, you need to, yeah, that's the same thing. You need to be the queen. But for you to be the queen, that's what I wanted to say. We need to become the king. It nurtures each other. So we become the king if we stop making the feminine an object and reducing her to her body. Quitting porn, quitting jerking off. Using our sexual energy for our mission, for our passion. This sacred energy that starts in our balls, we can literally breathe it up into our heart and we can use it for creative output. That is powerful. That is really powerful if a man does that. If a man goes on semen retention, celibacy, if he's not all the time seeing the woman as an object when he interacts with her, thinking that he needs to bring her into bed. That heals the feminine and masculine dynamic. Because we men, we are not as horny as everybody thinks. We are bombarded by the market, by purpose, They know that we men, we work visually very strong. And then you have all these algorithms on Instagram and all these girls who know that this is hooking us. Well, us, the unconscious man, he's just going for it, for the dopamine. And they think, oh nice, I get some fame. Well, girl, you get maybe some fame, you get a lot of followers, but come on, is that what you want? Millions or thousands of men watching your half-naked body? You have an audience that is made of dopamine junkies, not of men. You get that, right? And if we men, if we want to attract the queen, and if we want to have deep intimacy and something sacred, well, we cannot keep on doing that and jerking off and just, you know, going for all the shallow one-night stands and lonely nights at home, wanking. We cannot do that. We need to become the vibration of this relationship that we seek. And if we have these behaviors, we simply are not in the vibration of it. Imagine a man who is retaining, who is rooted in his mission, who is not objectifying women, who really tries to see them, who interacts with them, who is not jumping easily into the bed just because he's horny. Imagine a man like that. What kind of women is he attracting? It might take longer time for him, yes, but he knows that, and he enjoys his solitude, he enjoys his mission, he enjoys what he does in his life. He is building his internal life, he's taking care of it. He has the passion, he is taking care of his life and of his happiness first. And life cannot drain him that easily. And it might take time, but when the right one comes, he has depth. He has connection with that woman. And he will not rush things, and she will not rush things. They know the sacredness of sex, and they treat it as such. But first you need to give up that old life. You need to give up that boy who just wants titty and pleasure all the time. And you need to turn it into a man who sees beyond it, from pleasure into passion, into depth, into connection, into something that he would die for. Then you may get your queen, man. And I don't say that from a place of seriousness and feeling bad. No, I actually feel strong in it. I feel good in it. I feel powerful in it. It isn't taking my freedom at all to think that way. That I'm not jumping with any beautiful woman, that she cannot just control me just because she has a pretty face and good tits. That feels good. That feels like real freedom, to say no to that and to say yes to something that is way more sacred. That is freedom. I always thought freedom is having multiple women, or, you know, the freedom to be, or always being chosen and validated. Nah. There is no end to that. You want more until you're so drained, literally, physically, that it cannot fulfill you. It simply cannot. And then you come to a place where you, out of freedom, want to commit to something deeper. And that is true freedom. That is something wonderful. But first we need to give up. We need to detach from women. We need to fully detach. And then we are no more attached. And when we are no more attached, we can have a relationship in which we are free, because we can give them free, because we are free of our own pleasures and desires first. We transcended them into something sacred.